All right, number 6 is asking you for what's a possible solution to this answer here, and it is a multiple choice. So you'll do, once we get to the end, we'll kind of talk about what you should be looking for. But first thing you want to do is you want to solve this equation. And I see a variable here, so I know that ultimately I'm looking for what x equals. So I need to get x by itself, which means I need to move everything else first away from it. And I'm going to go to this 16 first to get rid of it. So because it's being added here, I'm going to subtract it from both sides. Oops, this should be minus 16 here. So I'm going to be left with x minus 11 squared equals 40 minus 16, which leaves me with a 24. And again, I'm trying to get x by itself. So I need to look now at my next operation, which is basically the farthest thing away from it. And I have this squared here. So to undo a square, we need to square root both sides. By square rooting, it undoes that. So we're left with x minus 11 equals the root of 24. And like I said at the beginning, this is where things get kind of crazy because it's a multiple choice. I'm not sure if she's going to be, which approach she's going to be using for her answers. There could be a couple. She could be looking for the actual square root of 24, which let me grab my calculator for that to get a number with a decimal. So this turns into 4.89, x minus 11 equals that. So again, we're trying to get x by itself, so we're going to add 11. So x equals 15.89, repeating. Otherwise, what she could be looking for is instead of having, I'm going to kind of rewrite it over here, x minus 11 equals the root of 24, she could just be looking for moving this 11 out of the way, x equals the root of 24 plus 11, and then you may need to simplify as well. So you could be looking for an answer like this, depending on what she has as her answers for multiple choice, or if we continue simplifying this, 2 and 12, 2 and 6, 2 and 3, so I have a pair of 2's, so this would simplify to 2 root 6 plus 11. So like I said, when you get to the test or when you're working through it could be a decimal or it could be a radical with a number. Just depends on what she has there. And then for number 7, it's asking about substitution. So you're given r plus s equals 12, and then 5r plus 2s equals 20. She says if you're using substitution, what do you plug in for r in order to solve this? So I need to look at my first equation because that's what I'm substituting. I need to get r by itself. So to get r by itself, I have a positive s here, so I need to subtract it, not an 8. Subtract it from both sides. So r equals 12 minus s, or if you put the variable first, negative s plus 12. So again, just depending on how she orders her answers, you could be looking at r equals 12 minus s or r equals negative s plus 12. They're both the same thing.